Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy James Harris, of course, Mental Heal. Listen, I appreciate all the support over the years, whether it was for my book, man, Just Express Yourself, which is an interactive planning guide for boys and men to better express themselves. So salute to those parents who got it for their young sons. Praises to those partners and couples who got it for the men in their life. Of course, to the schools, the administrative, and everybody else who ordering the book by the dozens. I definitely appreciate that. And also salute to everybody who supported me on Cheesy Date Board Games, which is a good game for adults and couples, your game night, your date night. So many interactive ideas come from it. I definitely love the responses that it's garnering. But now I'm asking for your support again on this YouTube journey. I'm back. I took a little break because I had so much going on, but be a little bit more consistent with it. I got a couple interviews lined up with prominent people and people doing phenomenal things within the community or within this mental health space or even different authors and things like that. So bear with me. Appreciate your support. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And the guest that I got coming up now is.
Hey man, I'm DeAndre Hayes from Richmond, Virginia. I have a juicing business uh, entitled Juice and See. Juice and See your transformation, juice and see the benefits, juice and see you fill in the blank. That's juice on Instagram is juice.n.c. So if you want to find me or get in touch with me, on social media, that is where you can find me. So
Got you.
yeah.
What led you to getting into juicing, man? I know it's so many benefits to it.
Yeah. What led me into it was I had a health scare back in 2021. Not major, but for me, it was like, all right, now I don't want these type of problems, right? So just going for a regular checkup and just my doctor telling me things that he thought I should change, and just in that same time, I was on the company I was working for 5 years, and at your fifth, 10, 15, 20 years, they give you gifts, and I was able to go onto a website. They had things from Fitbit watches to clothes to even shoes and things like that. And I saw a juicer, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this juicer right here. It probably could make me some money one day. And that was in 2021. So I started juicing on my own. Man, talk about failing in the very beginning. It was hectic. I was taking oranges and throwing the whole orange in there with the peel and everything, coming out bitter. So but no, that is what got me on my journey to start juicing. And then from there it was just juicing in the kitchen with my kids and having fun with it and them enjoying the juice. And one of my kids, I have three, and one of my girls, she has a issue with eating vegetables. So I would, combat that with putting spinach and kale and different vegetables into juices, and I saw the response that I was getting from that. So I just decided to continue going.
I got you. I
Yeah.
know you spoke of that process and that journey early of, putting the whole orange in with the pills and all that. So now, 4 years looking back, what is your prepping process now as far as not only the vegetables, but of course the fruits with that?
Well, I got a lot more serious with it because not only am I doing it for myself, I'm doing it for others as well. So when it comes to the prep, I just like to first be clean, make sure I have a clean environment, making sure that nothing's in my way. If it's dishes or anything, I'm making sure those things are washed first. But then also when it comes to the fruits and the vegetables, I'm making sure that I clean those very thoroughly. And how I do that, I just use baking soda and I use apple cider vinegar to clean. And I have me a little brush if I need to get into like my ginger and brushing the ginger, or even when it comes to celery, it's little fine lines in celery that things might not get out. I want to make sure it gets clean through that way. So that's my process. And then I have multiple juices. So some fruits and vegetables take a little longer to clean or a different process to clean. So yeah, that's really my process of going through the cleanliness of how I go about juicing, and then it goes into the stages of breaking down cutting and peeling. It's a process, it's a lot of people that want to juice, but then I talk to them, they say, man, I don't want to go through the process and the labor of what it takes to juice. But when it came for me, when I first started, I thought that way too. But as I continue to do it, it just became second nature to me. It's easy.
Yeah, yeah, and like you mentioned, you get to do it with your kids, so I'm sure that's bonding time for them. It's education
Right.
time to get them understanding what the fruits and vegetables are and the health side of things. So that's
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So, you see on like I see on movies or commercials all the time, people who do the juicing aspect of it. Some of them still use outside additives, whether it's sugars or apple juice or orange juice or lemon juice. So for you, is your process just only the juices and vegetables and or water, or do you add any additional additives? Because I think that's a good question too.
Yeah, that is a very good question. For me, no, I don't use anything else but what you're getting from the fruits and vegetables. It's no additives, no preservatives. The only preservative would be the natural preservative of a lemon or a lime that would keep things, if you know about like lemons, you know that they help preserve things over time. You can squeeze lemon or lime over an apple. You may cut an apple and then if you don't squeeze a lemon or a lime over it, by a couple hours it's turning brown. But if you squeeze that lime or that lemon over top of an apple, it'll preserve the life of that apple. Same with avocado. When you cut an avocado, it'll turn brown on you quick. But if you squeeze some lemon over top of it, it'll stay green as you need it to be over time. So for me, no, I do not add not even any water or coconut water or anything like that. It's just straight natural fruits and vegetables, man. I don't think that adding anything should be the case. Now, for others, I won't knock what they may have going on. But for me, I just chose the route of just giving you 100% fruit and vegetable. You know,
Yeah, got you, got
yeah.
you. So,
Yeah.
adding that lemon of lime, man, that's more of that acidic base. That's why it tends to offset those other products to help them
Yes.
prolong a little bit.
You
So,
know a little something.
yeah, appreciate your insight on that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people do, man, be talking about the difference in the fruits, vegetables, and that benefit to our bodies. So if we're talking about the benefits of juicing, whether it's blood flow, heart health, aging, and so many other factors, what are some different fruits and vegetables that you would recommend for any type? I guess you can educate the people on, hey, if you want better blood flow, use this fruit or this juice, or if you want a stronger heart or increased cardio
Mhm.
or energy, use this fruit, vegetable, or this juice. Insight us and educate us on those different type of vegetables and juices.
Yes. So for one, before even diving into that, there are so many fruits and vegetables out there. Like so many. And a lot of the times, our local grocery stores don't have access to what is out there. So for me, I try to get my hands on um, rare fruits and vegetables at times to try to experiment. But that might come at a cost. So I might not introduce it as much as I want to, but I might try to educate myself and try those things myself. But diving into some of the benefits of the juices that I have. So, uh, one thing, and I don't know if you're going to get to this question, but it'll help bring light to your question, is during the spring and summer months, harvest is different for fruits and vegetables than it would be the fall and the winter. Like, for instance, a watermelon, a seeded watermelon, you're not going to get a good seeded watermelon in the fall or winter time. So for me, I decided to create a spring and summer list and a fall and winter list. So those two are, they're combined. So like right now we're in the fall and winter season. Right now I have five juices that are introduced. And one of those is F-bomb. All my juices are named after songs. My business is also an art form. I like art, I like creation. So with F-bomb, that is an acronym for Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood by DMX. So that helps with blood flow, blood circulation, heart health. Um, a lot of not to be funny, but a lot of older gentlemen tend to purchase F-bomb for the case of like maybe an erectile dysfunction. They may want extra energy. It also, because blood flow is going to give you energy, it's going to pump to your heart, it's going to help you with those things naturally. So, and that's one of my favorite juices. It keeps me going throughout the day. I don't necessarily need like a coffee or anything like that because I'm boosted through a juice. Another one that gives energy is it helps with good cholesterol. So um, that is my green eyes. So green eyes, it's Honeycrisp apples, cucumber, and spinach. Three simple, basic ingredients, but that gives energy, but it also helps with digestion as well. So flushing out a lot of the bad acidics in your body or anything that is it's not good in your body, and it helps cleanse you out as well. I have Everybody Loves the Sunshine. Everybody Loves the Sunshine is pineapple, honeydew melon, lemon, ginger, and mint. That one helps with muscle restoration. So if you're somebody that goes to the gym and you're feeling tight or whatnot, you knock back a 12 ounce of Everybody Loves the Sunshine, and within 30 minutes or so, you'll notice that your muscles will start to relax a bit. So even though they may not give you the ultimate flip in when it comes to restoration, but you do see, okay, this is tending to help me. But if you do it over time, your muscles will start to absorb or start to react to what you're consuming. So those are just a few. Um, and without going too deep into to it, I have juices for detox. I have juices for skin. So most of my good skin health juices are dealing with like your orange groups. So the carrots, oranges, turmeric. So that is what I tend to see and what I tend to learn about these fruits, vegetables, and roots.
Yeah, roots is definitely important because a lot of people don't really be paying attention to those things.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it a little bit, or you started to get into it as far as cleanse and or like a meal replacement type of situation. Any tips or advice for those people who do want to use juicing as a cleanse and or the top of the year coming, so people want to go into the
Yep.
year feeling a little bit more slim, healthier after they finish, with family during the holidays. Like what are some is there a benefit to juicing as a cleanse or a meal replacement?
There definitely is. One thing about that is you don't want to juice, but then go on the contrary and eat something that's not good for you, like a burger or something like that. You want to make sure that whatever you're consuming outside of juice aligns with juicing. So if you are looking to detox, I would suggest that you detox as a meal replace. I mean, you juice as a meal replacement, and my advice would be to you would be consuming juice in replacement of when you would have meals. So a juice for breakfast, a juice for lunch, and a juice for dinner. In between those juices, if you do not, and it's all up to you. For me, when I do detoxes, I'll do what I just said: breakfast, noon, and evening. And I would, in between that, I might have some trail mix or whatnot, just to keep me going. But when it comes to actually detoxing, you set the parameters and the rules around your detox. I don't want to be able to provide constructs around that because everybody can detox differently. But if it was up to me, I would say, hey, consume at least three juices a day. But for somebody that is new and beginning, I would say, gradually go into it where you may want to detox the first part of the day. Like if I would drink maybe two juices one juice when you wake up, one juice in the afternoon, and then um, take a break with maybe eating something and juice in the evening. So it's all in staying disciplined because detoxing is not easy. And I know a lot of people would like to do it, but when it comes to setting some rules for yourself, I would. also look into doing your own research around your body type, which your your what blood type you have, what you can consume and what's best for you. Because some people need those proteins and things like that. It might not be good for them to go 2 or 3 days to in detox, but my advice would be to detox with using greens. That would be the juice of choice versus something with like a beet juice or whatnot, even though that's good for blood circulation, I would stick with just heavy greens, your super greens, your kales, your spinach, your green apples, cucumbers, celery. So
Got you. And I see you got some examples behind you here. It's like different fruits and vegetables.
yeah, I do. So here I have one of actually my detox juice, and this is Getty Green. So this Getty Green, this has Granny Smith apples, cucumber, celery, mint, parsley, lime, and ginger. So it gives you a kick, but it also tastes really good. And another thing with green apples, man, they could be hit or miss by the tartness of them. You have some green apples that are very tart and then some that are sweet. So when I go into the grocery store, I look for some with like a hint of red in it, just because I know that it'll be a little bit of sweetness to it versus tart. And sometimes, and on the bag, if you read the labels on the bag, it'll let you know the levels in which they are. And then over here, this is the F bomb. So F bomb, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. This is the beet, Granny Smith apple, Honeycrisp apple, carrot, and lemon. So that one gets me through. And then just in the back, I have some, fruits and vegetables just set up as props for me, and you all to see.
Got you, got you. So, you gave a good synopsis on the different type of juicing and the benefits of it, but from the nutritional side of it, if somebody do decide to say, "Hey, I'm gonna drink a juice in the morning," or "I prefer to drink it before bed," any suggestion or tip on that, or it just depends on that person and what they want to do?
I mean, it depends on the person, but at the same time, the advice that I would give them is start off, don't exile water either. Don't just say, I'm gonna just stick with juices and not drink water. Drink your water. So my advice, because one, I'm all about just health and wellness all around. So it's not just juicing. I'm gonna show you the back of my shirt in a minute, and it has 4 pillars in which I created around juice and see that will help give you kind of like a mental construct on how you should go about things. So first, I would start off my day with a glass of water. Get my 8 ounces in, keep it next to my bed. So when I wake up, that's the first thing I'm drinking. Now, when it comes to breakfast, I would suggest drinking a hearty juice. So like a F bomb. I would start off the day with the F bomb just because breakfast is break fast. You're breaking a fast throughout the night. So when you wake up, you want to give yourself the opportunity for your blood to start flowing and circulating, and that will give you your energy throughout the morning. And then when it comes to the afternoon, I would go with something maybe like um, a Getty Green, or maybe even an Everybody Loves the Sunshine. You've been moving throughout the day. You want to make you feel like, all right, I'm starting to hit like this mental break. I want to make sure that I'm restoring myself with something that could, bring me back. You could drink another one of those. F bomb, or you could go with Everybody Loves the Sunshine as well. So when it comes to just starting your day, when it comes to the nutritional aspect of it, I would pay attention to my diet and what haven't I had in a while? What do I need? What do what should I consume? As you can see right here, I have a butternut squash. I have a juice for butternut squash in it. See, this is the time of the season for butternut squash. So I have a juice called Everybody Loves the Sunshine. I mean, not I'm sorry. Gone to November. Gone to November. That is butternut squash, Honeycrisp apple, carrot, and cinnamon. Very tasty, gives you fall all around. And that one is good for inflammation and what is it? Inflammation and fighting off sickness, just wanting to, restore and prevent any type of sicknesses when it comes to just, your overall body and health.
Got you. Appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. So for the
Yeah.
people out there who is still skeptical, like, hey man, like I don't really like vegetables. I don't like how they taste. I don't like or I like to consume my fruits a little raw, just bite them and keep it going. Like what would you say, not necessarily to convince them, but get them to try it differently. One of my favorite things is how my grandmother make carrots. Like I don't naturally like carrots, but the way she do it and cut it, it looks like sweet potatoes and it tastes like
Mm,
it a little bit, texture wise. So now I'm consuming my carrots. That was her way of, making us eat it because
yeah.
it
Yeah.
didn't look like a carrot. It looked more
Yeah.
like a sweet potato. So what are some other things that you think people can do who are still skeptical about juicing, whether it's fruits and vegetables or just not wanting to break from a diet?
Man, I would first, it's like I don't want to scare people off, but at the same time, I want to give it to you raw and uncut and let you know that it is not about the taste. It's about what it does for your body and what it does for you. Um, there are plenty of things that are out here that are nasty that are good for you. Now, take this. If you did not juice or you did not consume as fruits and vegetables as you should, and then you realize like, oh man, I got high blood pressure, or I'm not doing, I, I'm just not doing well overall, and now you're being put on medication, right? And now that medication that you're taking is even nastier than a fruit or vegetable that you would have to consume, right? But you have to take this now. So it's like you pick your poison when it comes to it. Well, I wouldn't call fruits and vegetables poison, but I will call it the thing that you need in order to thrive and survive. And I don't think that God put us here on earth, and anything that we go through, I think it's a natural way of getting over that versus the medical route. Now, don't I hope people out there that are in the medical field don't come after me for that, but it's just things that I've researched and that I've learned and I've seen people bounce back from, and I want to be an advocate for it because if I can grow it, I would and consume it, then I would rather go that route. But another part to your question is what I've done with juicing when I first started juicing with my kids. They weren't necessarily taking the juices at first. So what I did was I bought some popsicle slides. I converted my juices into popsicles. So, and I still do that to this day. And I was just working an event maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I had my juices out there. And I told the lady, I was like, "Yeah, I also do popsicles. I don't have any out here today. Of course, it's kind of chilly and breezy. I didn't think people may have wanted any." And she was like, "No, I will consume a popsicle all year round. I don't want the juice. I want the popsicle." And I was like, "Okay." It was just more so what you just said. It's a way of consumption and what they prefer. So I try to meet people where they are with certain things, but sometimes I might not be that all around person that can, give you what you want when it comes to how you want to consume something. Like, so for instance, I have my juices and the way I make them, but I'm not going to customize juices based on your needs. And the reason why I say that is because I will probably be wrecking my brain and trying to fit everybody into their own boxes. And I feel like I'll drop the ball somewhere. So instead, I found my own lanes of like how I want to create my juices, what I think works for me, what I think will work for others. And I try not to make them nasty. Everybody like beets. I never like beets, ever. So I tested myself to make a beet juice and probably the best one. Yep.
I got you, and I appreciate the comparison of, hey, you can take this medicine lifelong or this nasty bitter pill, or you can just take these fruits and vegetables and prevent getting those medicines. I think
Exactly.
that's a good perspective to look at it because I interviewed a cardiologist, I interviewed doctors, I've interviewed orthodontists, dentists, and all those
Hmm.
different people within those fields. And lifestyle choices will definitely impact those, whether it's cavities or plaque around your heart or all inflammation, all those things, So the benefit of juicing is definitely one of those things that can reduce a lot of um, illnesses within our
Yeah.
body, especially if you're not going to the doctor routinely, whether that's yearly and or throughout the year if need be. So I definitely appreciate your insight on that, and I hopefully people would take it serious enough to say, you know what, let me just get a juice and drink them daily, opposed to 3 times a day. Let me start
Yeah.
small, let me just taste it and see. Let me sample a couple different ones, because it is benefit to it. Whether
Yeah.
like you mentioned the roots and or the fresh, leafy, fruity stuff. All those things can have different benefits. And I know specifically for me, I want to live as long as possible, as natural as possible as I can.
Hmm.
So in addition to diet, exercise, and positive lifestyle choices, man, I definitely plan to implement detoxing a little bit frequently, more frequently than I have now. So any last minute tips before I let you go, man?
Um, one, so I'll go ahead and show the back of the shirt. Turn around, show the hairs out the way.
Yep.
So what I have here is consumption on this side in the top, my top left pillar. The top right pillar is knowledge. The bottom left pillar, that is fitness, and the bottom right pillar is balance. So consumption, knowledge, fitness, and balance. We want to know what we're consuming. We want to make sure that we're consuming the things that are good for us. Like I talked about blood type, knowing your blood type, knowing what's good for you and your body. So that is one. The other thing is the knowledge around those things that you're consuming. I want to know the information. I want to know what it does for me. I want to know the benefits. I want to know how it'll keep me going. I want to know how I can best educate someone that I might see later on in life around things. So the knowledge piece is important. Then the fitness piece, we have, you can't just consume the juice and not move. You got to move daily. Um, I consume really, I'm not gonna act like I'm sitting here perfect. My wife is a baker, so I have to taste test sometimes, all the time. And I enjoy her bake, her fresh bake. So I know that I have to have some type of fitness aspect when it comes to trying out treats and things like that. But also just I enjoy it. And then the last part is balance. I just mentioned eating and drinking juice. Nobody's here. I'm not here to shun you around how you consume things in life, but just know that you can have balance. You can have a piece of cake, but you can also eat healthy as well. I think that it's all balance, just like anything else. You have your right, your wrong, your up, your downs. You have that balance. So that is, what I wanted to convey here. One of my goals is to travel the world and try different fruits and vegetables, bring them back to folks that haven't tried things or even knew they existed. Also, just being able to speak and to the masses about the importance of juicing and just staying healthy. Like I have here on my shirt is taste truth, see life. So that's my motto when it comes to juice and see. Taste truth, see life.
That's dope, man. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that motto, man. And to be honest with you, I've been to over 20 different countries, and one of the best fruits I've ever tasted was soursop.
Mhm.
Like it's not a lot of places that have it in
Hmm.
America. I was in,
Hmm.
it probably was Belize, I think.
Yeah, somewhere down.
And that
Yeah,
juice is good as heck, man.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's one of my favorite drinks, like soursop. That fruit is good.
No, I might have to try and get my hands on one of those. I know where to find it. I just haven't um tested it out when it came to juicing it yet.
Okay, yeah, man. So listen, appreciate you. So what's the price points, man? I know a lot of people might want to say,
Oh,
hey. should I get one or can I get a 12 pack or how, what I need to do align with my budget? What's the price point?
Yeah, so I rarely have someone just want to buy one unless I'm at an event. But outside of events, most people buy three or more. Some folks want to go on like a 24 to 48 hour fast, and they'll just get, hey, let me get three juices, and I'm gonna just consume these as my fast, as part of my fast. So the price points on them, they're $10 for a 12-ounce bottle. Now I do have deals over five. If you purchase over five, it's 10% off. Um, but if there is something to where we can work towards something, and you can't afford it, I'll work with you. I want to make sure that you're having the opportunity to taste what I have going on. But also, if you have your own thing going on, business, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like to barter. If you have something that I feel could be useful for me, and you see what I have is useful for you, how can we barter? And to where we're not digging in each other's pockets, but more so exchanging each other's skills and products. So,
No, I got you. I appreciate that. So, before I get you up out of here, man, I want to make sure people know how to get in contact with you if they do have questions or want you to come to that office and set up shop vending wise, and or if they just want to go on your website or wherever they need to order these juices, man. So, drop all your information so people know how to reach out to you.
yeah, so one again, I am DeAndre Hayes, Juice and C. I'm a juice artisan. Like I said, I like the creativity part of it. All you can find me at this is my email, hello dot juice and C. That's all one word after hello dot JUICE, the letter NSEE at gmail.com. That's my email, website, www.juiceandc.com. And also on social media, it is juice dot n dot c. That's JUICE.N.SEE.
Hey, man, appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.
I appreciate you, James. Much love.